Donald Glover on the front with a long mustache. And he was twiddling and like this. That shit was so funny.
The Wild Wild West going on?
No, it was him and his homeboy in high school. And they wanted to be detectives. So they start snooping around and they investigate everything. Bullshit or not. They would investigate the neighbor's cat shitting on their lawn. Like, and the premise of the movie is they actually fall into a real situation and start investigating. But the entire movie they just investigating bullshit. And their biggest client is like this old lady down the street who always thinks somebody is robbing her house. And it's really her meth head nephew who comes over and robs her. And she's like, well, today the TV was missing. And they go and they looking at clues and looking at shit. And it ended up being her nephew who comes to visit her, who comes to visit his nana and needs drug money. And shout out to Donald Glover, he's hilarious. And they also have a dude on there named Abed.
Oh my god.
Abed, I don't know what ethnicity he is.
Nah. He's Indian. Indian.
But he is hilarious. He lives in this fantasy world where everything is a movie scene, or everything, like he has a room that is in their dorm room where he goes and he just goes in the fantasy world. He goes in there and reenacts scenes, or he'll go talk to himself, but his self he's talking to is like a different, more hardcore version of him. And he's giving him advice, like good devil, bad devil. Like, you know what you need to do, man? You need to go out there and kick some ass. He's the most pussy dude you'll ever meet, so definitely check out Community. Check out Parks and Recreation. It's a couple of shows that you don't ever really get to see on TV. They say they be on there, but you miss it. Going on demand, man. So yeah, we're gonna transition out of comedy. I just had to make sure I gave them a shout out because them are shows I love. And you were talking about stuff that's no original ideas. Not every doing all these superhero movies, man. Every superhero movie has like 19 versions.
Yeah. I mean, you got what, 4 different Batman sagas? Like.
Yeah, how many Batmans are we up to? 6?
37.
Hey, kind of went to 60.
You got Keaton, you got Clooney, you got Christian Bale, you got
a lot of C's in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of. Who's the wackest Batman?
I didn't like the Batman when it was the one with Jim Carrey and Schwarzenegger.
Oh, Victor Freeze?
Yeah, when they had Mr. Freeze and the Riddler. That Batman was terrible.
Val Kilmer?
Yeah, Val with Chris O'Donnell or whatever.
Yeah, he was
playing Robin.
Yeah, Chris O'Donnell was Robin. That was
Val
terrible.
Kilmer.
That was terrible.
I never seen Val Kilmer as Batman. He probably was like, I don't know.
Like that's the one that I remember the most from the old ones. You know, like I think it was Batman and Robin. That was terrible.
Because you got the premise of this cajillionaire by day, and then a superhero by night. But then he has to have like a certain element of smooth to him to be Batman, I believe. But Clooney kind of fit that, but Clooney was almost too smooth.
Well, I mean, Clooney was too big to be Batman. I think that
he's a bit overweight.
Need to lose some tonnage.
Not like that. I'm saying he's too big of an actor. You know.
Oh, okay.
I feel like if you're gonna be a superhero, do a superhero movie, you need to find somebody who ain't never done nothing before. Cause I want to see this guy, whoever playing Batman, as Batman. Whenever I see him, I'm not thinking him as Batman.
Right.
I see George Clooney, I'm not thinking Batman.
Yeah.
I'm thinking whatever other movie he does. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess all of them had their flaws. Cause I like Michael Keaton originally because he was the first, but he kind of was too corny to be Batman. Out of uniform, he looked like a dork. Like he was like a scientist. He didn't look like a billionaire playboy.
Yeah.
And then Christian Bale, I like him, but the raspy voice is too much.
Oh my god.
We be going too far with the voice,
like,
man.
Yo, take some cigarette off that shit.
Drink some water, dog. Like,
your shit dry as hell right now.
Need a haul.
And why couldn't they do the same thing? But I think for Batman, that's what's been the success, is that we've gotten used to them switching it up. Superman, it didn't work like that. The new Superman is fucking horrible.
Terrible. The only thing the problem with me with Superman is I can't respect any superhero whose biggest enemy is a billionaire. It's like, you're not fighting nobody, nigga. You fighting money.
Fighting nobody.
You fighting money. Like, hell nah.
Help somebody. You fucking with a nigga business. You trying to mess up the bottom line.
I can see if Superman was fighting some big monster or some shit, or some nigga who's just as strong as him. But he fighting somebody who got no superpower.
Bald-head dude.
Bald-headed dude with a wallet.
With a disposable income.
Like, shit, like me and my dad, we went to see that Superman Returns movie. Like, it It was alright. The
one with Kevin Spacey playing.
Yeah, the biggest thing in the movie was that Superman had a kid he didn't know about. It's like,
I'm like, yeah, Lois Lane as a kid. I'm like, what kind of shit is that? Who's saying that? Who's saying that shit?
The first kid in 80 years.
It's like, you know,
Hey man, Chris Reeves was the best Superman, man. Can't fuck with him. Man.
Oh yeah.
You look at him. He embodied Superman. The new Superman, I don't know. He ain't big enough for me. He need to hit the weight room. He need to go to training camp or something.
He too worried about that curl on the front of his
Yeah,
head.
the girl.
He got that Duke in there. That ain't even a box of Duke. He done went to the ethnic store and was like, I wonder if this will work in my hair. And that shit dropped and curled on his ass.
The berries.
So now you got the Avengers, stuff like that coming out,
Yeah.
tying in all these superheroes. I haven't actually seen the new Avengers. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited. I heard it was great.
Yes.
It was great.
It's
Most of
amazing.
the people telling me it's so great mainly because of Hulk. Just people got newfound respect for the Hulk because that nigga went ham.
Yes.
But you know, in the Hulk, in his movie, it was almost too fantasy.
They didn't give him respect like they. In
They
the
didn't give him
Avengers.
respect?
Man, go see the Avengers. Period.
So what's up, man? I haven't seen it, but I'm excited. I love Robert Downey's Iron Man.
Man.
Hey,
His personality
he's
coincides.
I think they picked the perfect guy for Iron Man. Thor, I think they did pretty good with him too.
Yeah,
The guy from
he
Thor.
big as shit. He need to be on the Rams or something. He need to be across from Chris Long.
My whole thing, I didn't like the whole Green Lantern movie though.
Nah.
Ryan Reynolds?
I wasn't too thrilled by that.
I didn't like the storyline. He's this angry dude walking around, and then all of a sudden he puts it all together, and he gets these powers from aliens. Like, I don't know. It seemed like they try to develop it too fast for the movie. Sometimes you want to get the entire story. You know, for movies, it's quick. It goes from night to day. Like, you know, he's this angry guy who doesn't like his job, and he's got a chip on his shoulder, and of course the girl notices, and she's like, "You're better than that. I think you're a better person than that." And then he gets these powers from these aliens, and it starts to make him a better person. And it was just like,
I just don't see Ryan Reynolds as like he's not superhero material. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's more funny than me. You know, he's more of a comedian, not an actor.
well, you know, he had the success with the Fantastic Four, so they said, I mean, not Fantastic Four, but he's had success in other movies, so they said, we just slide him in there.
Well,
He's got a pretty face.
The Fantastic Four movies weren't terrible to me either. You know, I know my dad likes Fantastic Four. He's a big Fantastic Four fan.
I'm a fan, but I didn't like the movies.
I like Fantastic
As
Four,
much.
and that's the guy in Fantastic Four is the guy who played Captain America.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Now, I like Captain America.
Yeah.
I like the way they had a nigga with the little body at the beginning of the movie and bulked him up. I said, okay, it almost looked realistic if you didn't look at the neck.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he had that thinning neck, like, nigga, you got AIDS or something. they didn't proportion
You got
that neck
AIDS.
right.
And that noodle neck, that little good.
And speaking of AIDS, they brought up.
Why do you talk to me about it?
Well, because I was transitioning into the Green Lantern being gay now.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of AIDS, they said that they're going to make a new revised Green Lantern, and he's going to be homosexual.
Which I have no problem. You see, I have no problem with them creating a gay superhero. Just create your own damn gay superhero and leave my superheroes
I
alone.
feel you. 'Cause I
Stop
like
making
that.
Batman and Batman's a metrosexual. You know,
He wearing
Superman's a
pink ties.
transsexual. Make up your own damn superhero and make him a faggot.
Give me a homosexual superhero. Give me a name. Throw one out there.
Superhero who is gay or should be gay?
I don't know. I might want both.
Because there's been gossip about Aquaman, but I don't know.
Hey, I'll tell you a superhero who I think should be gay. Cyclops. I think that nigga gay. I don't care. That nigga gay, though. He be crying about her all the time. Like, what? Half the X-Men movies, he was crying about the bitch. He's like, nigga,
He
get
lost
over
her,
it.
man. He
She
loved
dead,
her.
nigga. So what?
That probably she put that shit on him. A girl that can control your mind. She probably had that nigga focusing while he was stroking out. Don't think about my ass.
That's probably why.
Do not think about my ass, Cyclops. He was in there for hours.
I'm not cool with a superhero. Nigga, you got these powers. You got optic beams coming out of your eyes, nigga, and you sitting here crying all the time. Like, nigga.
That's scary.
No, I think they did a good job. I enjoyed the X-Men series. First Class.
First Class, I can say this. It gave me an insight on what on the beginning, because I had no idea.
Yeah, on Magneto.
I had no idea
X.
about Magneto and those guys. I had no idea where they came from. I just thought they just popped up and they just got some kids or whatever. You know, but like, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I like the ending. You know, I like when Magneto just got real. It was like, fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
About to kill everybody.
He said niggas don't want they're afraid of us. I'm gonna make them scared.
Hey man, but I can say this, man. They making every goddamn superhero sequel coming like for the next 5 years, man. You gonna be booked.
We're gonna be drowned.
We got Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Hulk 2, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, The Flash.
Who is Ant-Man?
Ant-Man is he's actually the real leader of the Avengers.
Okay.
He's the man. He's the guy who's basically the brains. He's like, and he can grow size. He can grow small. Like that's who Ant-Man is. He's not. I see your face.
So kind of like Kazoo.
I mean,
Kazoo.
What way you describing him? He can grow big or small. I see like a rounded head.
I mean, he has like this.
I hated the Great Kazoo.
You hated the Great Kazoo?
That shit.
But he's supposed to be a genius. He's really the leader of the Avengers, though.
Okay.
You know, but like.
So they just threw Samuel L. in there.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Shield is like he made up the Avengers, but the real leader isn't Iron Man like they had in the movie. Like, who do they have as a leader in the Avengers? Basically, Iron Man, right?
Yeah, between Iron Man and actually they threw Captain America last night.
Yeah, like those guys really aren't the leaders. The leaders are really Ant-Man. He's the one who's like the brains behind the whole damn thing.
They ain't found a way to promote him yet.
Yeah, so I saw some on the internet. They have his movie. They're trying to make a movie for him. You know, they're trying to make a Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're gonna redo the Batman series. You know,
I'm afraid about them redoing the Batman series because that, to their credit, it has went off well. You know, nobody played the fucking Joker better than shout out to Heath. He's gone now, but he did that shit.
You didn't like Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nixon did it too.
He did it well. He did it well.
Jack Nicholson did it well too.
I give props to him. But Heath Ledger, man, he put it in a whole nother.
Heath Ledger took it to another level of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Nicholson was more comedic. Heath Ledger was like, oh shit.
Exactly.
Like if I seen that nigga, I'm going another way.
You know?
I'm turning into a white person quick. Like lock the doors, honey. That's what's up, man. So let me ask you this: if you was a superhero, what would your name be?
If I was a superhero, my name.
What would your name be? Because you don't want to let go of your real identity. So you don't want a name that's close to Vinny or Vincenzo. You don't want that shit because they're gonna figure you out.
But see, if I was a superhero and I had a superhero name, I would think that it would have to go with my superhero power.
So what's your power? Let's go there.
Superhero power. I don't want to go first. I really don't know, man. That's somebody else.
Oh man, well, check this out. I'm gonna give you the rules. You cannot be immortal.
No immortality.
You cannot be invincible. You can't get shot. You can't get shot with a barrage of bullets and you're like, ha ha.
You straight, right?
No, man. You can have two powers. They cannot be used together. They have to be used individually. I mean, you can turn one on and turn the other one off in an instant, but you can't use them at the same time. You can't be shooting lasers and firing bullets out your chest. Like, it has to be one or the other at a time.
Well, then, I can say this. If I had two superpowers, the first one would probably be time travel.
Okay.
First one would be time travel. I want to be able to go to the past and go to the future. I want to be able to see it all.
But wouldn't you might fuck some shit up like that?
I don't care. I got time travel power. If I fuck it up, I can go back
you mess
and
around and find out who you're married to. And then you come back and you're gonna be with the girl you with. You're gonna start treating her bad, like fuck you, bitch. And then it's gonna throw off the time continuum.
I mean, I can do whatever. See, it's so many dynamics you can do with that power. You know what I'm saying? And my second power is I want to be able to control women's minds.
Oh man! I didn't even think about that.
I want to control minds. I want to say women's minds.
Do you have to be in a certain range, or can you be like Professor X and be anywhere?
I mean, I would think that I would have to be in a certain range. I don't want to be able to be like everywhere and not hear everything.
You be sitting here with me, and then you be hitting Nicki Minaj like
I'm saying, like this is what I do. I time travel, go back to like the 80s or some shit, read somebody's mind. Like I want you to be my. I want you to have sex with this man.
But you know, I'm sure if you've seen the butterfly effect, everything that you changes something else.
See, the thing about the butterfly effect is that nigga couldn't go to the future.
Okay.
You know,
he couldn't see himself in that wheelchair.
You know what I'm saying? He couldn't see himself in the wheelchair. I'm gonna be able to see it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about time travel, and then I can read people's minds and shit.
So what's the first place you're gonna travel back to?
First place I'm gonna go back to is probably to to the late 1500s.
Damn.
Dang.
And I'm gonna find out